Here, and today I am sitting with Darren Higgins, who is a psychic medium. Now, Darren, where are you from?
I'm from Newbury in Berkshire, so I'm all the way from down that way. It's
Is that no? It's not north.
No, it's west from here.
West.
Yeah,
Okay.
West from here, down the M4. So
it's not far from London, is it?
It's probably about an hour away from London.
How did you become a psychic medium? When did it start for you?
From stories from my family and teachers and people who know me from a child, I used to say things, and I can remember snippets of when I was a child, and always remember seeing tunnel vision. I used to have really bad tunnel vision as a child. One stage, my bedroom door, as grown up, would be either right in front of my face or it'd be a long way away. Very strange and very surreal, but there was always a lady when it was quite a distance away called Maggie, always looking, and all she ever did was wave at me and smile. Really pleasant lady, but obviously being very young, it would worry you. So my parents basically said, just go with it, just go with it. They were very supportive, even at that age, especially my mother, very supportive of me. And when I was 7, the school thought I was a bit doolally, shall I say. And they basically wanted me tested for psychological stuff, because I go up to teachers and say things that I shouldn't know to them, and they found that very scary and very freaky, because in the 80s this wasn't really the done thing. Let's just say it was very hush hush back then.
Would you get like messages through for these people?
Yep.
You know, from loved ones, or those in spirit?
I remember speaking to one of my teachers, Mrs. Milford, when I was at school, and telling her about what her nan said, and when she drives home tonight to be careful of the deer. That night, as she drove home, she hit a deer. So so it was a forewarning message, and she just poo-pooed it, so to speak. So because, like I say, back then it was something that went on behind closed doors more in the 80s. Not like now, where it's very commercial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean now. So it's more acceptable and more open now. So my parents, they fought for me. Went to the school, had meetings with the school, and I said, Darren's just different, just different. And then growing up as a child, you don't want to be the last one picked for the football team. You want to fit in with people, and you want to be accepted growing up. Even though I knew I was different to my friends, so to speak.
And what did they say?
My friends are very supportive. Even now, they're very supportive of me. I've got some very good friends around me that do support me. Some of them don't believe, you know what I mean, but they still support me because of who I am, which I accept. But I blocked it for a long time, a very long time. It wasn't until 2003 that I started opening up again because of
what happened?
I nearly died in 2003. I had to have 21 blood transfusions.
Ooh.
I got very ill. I was in intensive care. And yeah, I'm here now to tell the story. So Spirit's obviously wanted me to do something.
So you decided, you know what?
Yeah, I went to see a medium with my mum, a medium called Sally in my local town. And as we sat there, she turned around to me and said, "Why are you here?" And I was like, "Because I want a reading." "What do you think I'm here?" She said, "Well, I can't do it." She goes, "I can't do it. They're talking to you already," which I knew is more confirmation.
Yes.
And I was like, okay. And she gave me a book to read, a book by Sonia Coltman, an American lady, and how she developed as a medium. And
what was it called?
Connecting with Your Spirit Guide. And that's when I met Rob, my spirit guide, and who I work very closely with. And it really opened up my eyes to what I was going through as a child. Because stories my family have told me as a child is quite weird. actually, to think about. Even though I do it, it's still, did I say that? Did that happen? I'm one of a twin my twin passed just before we were born.
Yep.
My mum had to fly back from the States to give birth to me over here because of insurances and that sort of stuff.
Yep.
And funding. So I'm seeing that she didn't end up going back to the States. And she lost my twin just before we were born. But I've always known about my twin from a very young age. I've always called him Aaron. And when I was about 3, I was in the garden and I smashed a window, so mum tells me, in the garden. And she called me in to tell me off. And I'm one of 3 brothers, sorry. And my little brother was in his Moses basket, and my older brother was out playing. And Mum said, "Why did you smash that window for?" And I said, "Mum, it wasn't me." And she's like, "Well, who was it then?" I said, "It's my brother." And Mum's like, "What brother?" "Your little brother's in the Moses basket." "No, my other brother, Mummy." "No, Richard's out playing." "No, Mummy, my other brother, my twin brother, Aaron." And she said the colour just drained from her. Like, how does this 3-year-old kid know that he's got a brother? You know what I mean? In spirit. So, and it's just grown from then. And obviously from 2003, I've started doing readings and that sort of stuff. And my first reading happened by mistake. It was
Nothing happens by mistake, but
no, you know what I mean.
Me,
It was I was sat actually around a friend's house, and with her new partner, and we sat around and we were doing we mucked around doing seances and things like that.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like you do, you experiment. It's all done in fun. And we were doing a candle seance this one night, and I just had this really bad pain in my chest, and I knew I had this guy with me, and so I had to express it. And I said, "Oh, I've got this gentleman with me." I said, "He's had a heart attack," and I described him to the group, and my friend's partner turned around and said, "Oh, that sounds like my mate." And I said, "Okay," and I give him a bit more information, and I can't remember the name he said. I said, "Oh, that's not the name he's given me." I said, "He's given me the name Dan." He said, "Yeah, we used to call him Desperate Dan." And it really snowballed from them, really. And I've been doing it ever since. It's a very different job, but
So
it's a very enlightening job.
Yeah,
as
so
well.
it's actually the work chose you.
Yeah, you could say, yeah. It's sometimes I wonder why, but it is fun. I've met obviously some amazing people on my journey as well. I made some amazing friends.
Yeah.
Friends who will be around me for life.
And
so.
do you continue developing yourself?
Yes, yep. I'm not a medium who's ever sat in a classroom. I've never sat in circles or anything like that. I work primarily with what spirit tell me. I learn from them, and I'm quite lucky. I work with a guide called Rob, as I said earlier.
And who was Rob?
Rob is someone who explains to me he's been with me since I was a child. He passed away in 1967 on a ship fire in America. He's American. The only way I can describe him, and people laugh at this, is he looks like, you know, the 118 men.
Yes.
He looks a bit like that with a moustache and that sort of stuff. That's the only way I can describe him.
Cleanliness 118. Oh, next to godliness 118.
Looking like that with long hair, and obviously not dressed that way. He's dressed quite smartly, but we're very similar. We bounce off each other, which is quite nice. When I'm driving in the car to go to an event, I'll talk to him, and I'll talk to him at home, and I get flashes of images in my head and things like that. And we tend to muck around quite a lot, which is nice.
That is nice.
Yeah, like I say to people, it's a marriage without the good parts, if that makes sense. Obviously, so and he allows me to work the way I want to work, because I believe that when you work the way Spirit want you to work.
So how do you work differently from, say, other psychics or psychic mediums?
I say it as it comes.
Right.
I'm very direct.
So you also give the evidence?
I give evidence across. When I'm working, the only thing I expect from my sitters is a yes or no answer. If they tell me any more than that, I'm very strict. Like, no, shut up. I'm very blunt, because it's my reputation as well.
Of course it
on
is.
the line. So I'm very strict with my sitters, and I try and give as much evidence as I can. My average reading, if I'm doing a sit-in, will last usually around about 45 minutes to an hour. But I've had readings that's gone on for 2 hours. So I don't time my readings. They last as long as they last.
Now, do you have people that keep coming back for readings?
I do. I will only do 2 to 3 readings over space. I tell people to leave it at least 6 months to a year before they see me again. I won't do anything before that because I've had people want to see me every week.
Yeah, but isn't it like, do you also tell people that they can connect to their own loved ones? Or,
yeah. By talking to them, I tell people, even when I'm doing demonstration, I tell people to speak to people, say hello. Because by saying hello, they pick up on that vibration and they come in stronger because they want to work on your vibration. And by speaking to them, you do pull them in with that vibration. You do connect stronger with them. And it's almost like I tell people to open their mind up. Don't be shut off to it because it is an amazing experience. It is very, very unique experience. When a loved one comes to you to work with you, it's genuine because they come through with just love. Yeah, which is very powerful.
And they're always here to help you.
Yeah.
So when you give seminars, events, lectures or talks, and people come to see you, how does it benefit them? How do they leave afterwards?
I like to think they leave with comfort, because that's the main thing, is giving someone comfort, because they've come to see you because they are grieving of some stage of grief. They come to you because they want advice. I will try and get as much advice I can, whether it be someone wants to buy a new car or someone's having issues in a relationship. I will try and delve in to get that information. Not so much when I'm doing demonstration, because I don't like to put people's, like I say, laundry out for everyone to see.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm very discreet. I will skim round it more when it comes to that, when it comes to demonstration. But I will just touch the edge of it and say, like, this is what's happening, blah, 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 so to speak. But when I'm in a one-to-one, I'll go into more detail. I'll get Rob to get more detail for me from that energy and give it to me so I can hand it across. Yeah. One reading, for instance, sticks out. I did a demonstration in my local village, and this lady come see me, and because I say it as it is, I didn't realise she was there with her husband. And the gentleman who come through to see her he was keen on his motorbikes, and he come through and I described what he was wearing, all his leathers and that sort of stuff. And I said to her that he was, I said, you went shopping this week? And she was like, yeah. I said, it was Tuesday afternoon. She went, yeah. And I said, you bought some lingerie? And she was like, yeah. I said, he likes it. And I said, if he was still here, he would still want to be with you. And the husband looked at her and went, I don't know this man. Who is this man? And he was really like, okay, I've just put my foot right in it. But that's the chance you have when you come and see a medium who is going to be very open and very honest to tell people that, you know what I mean? Because I believe you say what spirits say, because that's how you can recognise them. You know what I mean? Because not everyone sees spirit. They feel it, but not everyone sees it. So by describing everything you get, it gives that evidence more powerful than what it would be just saying basic stuff. So I try and get their personality through, all that sort of stuff through, as best I can. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not always right, because I'm human. You know what I mean? My brain is going to want to think and kick in and say things.
Do you ever get people that have come for a reading and then they come back to you and say, but that wasn't right? You know, you said this, but this wasn't right. But then the way I would see it is like, you are responsible for your own life and your own decisions, because what spirits do, or, you know, they give you advice. Whether you want to follow it, that's entirely up to you.
I tell people straight away that they have their own free will.
Yes.
Free will is very powerful. I mean, like, for instance, we can change our destiny. I mean, I go to work in the morning, I turn left. One day I can turn right, and that whole day has changed, because I've gone a different route. And spirit work the very same way. We all have paths that we come to that spirit want to help us with. Whether people listen to that is down to them. You know what I mean? It's down to them. I'm just a messenger. I just give it across. I tell people they deal with it the way they want to. If they don't want to understand it and want to ignore it, that's their choice. So all I do is give the message across. How people interpret that message, work with that message, is down to them. So yeah.
So, and how exactly do you connect to the other side? Because a lot of people, they have a little prayer, or they meditate, or, you know.
I believe it or not, I stretch.
Really?
Yes, yeah, I stretch. Before I go on stage or if I do a reading, I spend a couple of minutes to myself. I obviously open my chakras up to help with the energy flow. I have a can of Red Bull, usually, to help, because obviously day-to-day life...
Red Bull gives you wings.
Yes, but day-to-day life we do get tired.
Yes.
And it's that little kick of energy that you may need just to start things off. And I go off and I do stretching. I do 5 minutes worth of stretching and I stretch out, and because through stretching it helps release tension in the body, it helps release the energy that's built up in the body, so it helps you flow more smoother through stretching. And when I did my development classes, before we started anything, I used to get people to stretch and do stretching because it helps.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, it helps with the energy flow, because if you've got a pain in your shoulder, tightness in your shoulder, you're going to be concentrating on that more than you are what Spirit was saying, because you're in pain. So you stretch it out, release that tension, and it helps things flow more, and helps your body flow. Yeah. And it's your body that it's coming into, your mind and your body.
So that's actually a very good exercise for people that want to do, connect with spirit more at home.
Yeah, and you can do it sit down.
That's right.
You don't have to move to do it.
No.
So it's very, very, and that's literally what I do. I obviously speak to Rob on the way down, and we have conversations and that sort of stuff on the way down, and I ask him to help me with the connection, come through strong. But Rob can be quite lazy.
Really?
Yeah, he can be quite lazy, and we do argue. Like I say, it's like a marriage.
Yeah.
We do argue, so yeah. So it's good though. It's fun. We do bounce off each other, so which is nice.
So now you also do ghost walks, right? And
I do.
house clearings.
I do. Yes. Yeah.
So when is your next ghost walk?
Next ghost walk is on the 7th of January.
Where is it?
It is the Mermaid Inn in Kent.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's a night vigil. So through the night. I've never been there. Obviously, before I do an event, I never look it up. I'm dyslexic anyway, so if I try to read it, I would struggle, and the information wouldn't register with me anyway. So I go in blank. So
which is good though.
Yeah. So I try and be as honest as I possibly can with people, because.
And you also do paranormal investigations, right?
Yeah, I do paranormal investigation. The one we're doing is a paranormal stroke ghost walk. Right. So it's a combined of the two. I get people to do activities. I'm very much of, when I do my ghost walks and paranormal investigations, I don't use modern technology. The only thing I use is a camera to take pictures. I get people to take pictures and that sort of stuff, because you do see stuff on pictures.
You can see orbs.
Yeah. And I've seen images on pictures as well. But also I believe that the best evidence is what people feel. Yes. What people hear and that sort of stuff. So I do human pendulums and things like that. Use the basic stuff like dowsing rods and things like that. And I do use a spirit board every now and again. So,
the Ouija board.
Yeah. So we do use that as well. But the main one is when you do investigations, people expect, like most haunted and places like that, you know what I mean, things to be happening all the time. It doesn't. No. It doesn't. Spirit don't work on command. You know what I mean? You've got to wait. It's like if you're going hunting in the woods, you don't expect to go and get a deer or a rabbit straight away. You know what I mean? You've got to wait for that. You've got to build up to that and let it happen. And spirit are the same. You know what I mean? They're not there to perform for you. So you have to do experiments to pull the energy in.
I'm petrified.
Who are you?
Ghosts of smugglers and terrified investigators. 24 hours at the Mermaid Inn.
What's just happened?
Hello and welcome to Most Haunted. This beautiful cobbled street is situated in the old town of Rye in East Sussex. Now it's home to the very famous Mermaid Inn. Now it's famous for two reasons. One, its history, and two, its ghosts.
The Mermaid Inn was built in the 11th century and has a colourful history. With its crooked, dark, twisting corridors, 5 haunted bedrooms and secret passageways, it's difficult not to be taken back in time to the days when the notorious Hawkshurst smugglers reigned terror in the village of Rye.
There are at least 8 ghosts here that staff members and guests have encountered. By spending 24 hours here, will the Most Haunted team encounter anything?
Oh my God! It's the wind.
No, it's not.
What's just happened?
No, it's not.
What's just happened?
It's a man. You should get him. He's there.
Where?
He's there.
Now bear in mind we made sure the door was closed properly. If you listen carefully, you can hear the latch opening. And no matter how strong, a breeze could not have unlocked and opened the door.
Who are you? Who are you? You're Chater. He's Chater. He's the one that was murdered. Chater. This man is a mixed bag of tricks. I can feel it with him.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's there, very strongly. But don't worry, he's not going to, and he can't. I don't feel he wants to harm. He just wants to let us know that he's here.
Well, isn't it sometimes with haunted places that it's just a memory attached and it goes in a loop?
That's what a ghost is.
Yes.
A ghost is an energy, a residual energy. That's the best way to describe it is like a video player, and you've got it on loop. That is the best way to describe
Yes.
it. It does the same thing, both around the same sort of time, and that's what it does. A spirit is something that can come and go.
Yes.
Come and go, and I try and connect with the spirit side of it, not the ghost side of it, because you can't really talk to the ghost side of it because it's
No, you
just a
can't.
residual energy.
Yes.
It just does things. So I tend to connect with the spiritual side of it, and it doesn't have to be old to be spirit there. It can be a brand new building,
Yes.
because it's the land it's built on. Like I said, this one I'm doing hopefully in a few weeks. It's the house is very active for the short period of time it's been there. It's had a lot of residents there. People go in there and they're there for a few months and they move out because they can't handle it. So I will hopefully go in and release it and hopefully make it a more comfortable environment for the residents.
Yeah, so that nobody has to move.
Yeah.
It's when I grew up in Singapore, Malaysia,
Oh, right.
and so I went to an English school in Kuala Lumpur, and the building was actually built before the war, but it was a house and they turned it into a school.
Yeah.
And they had to nail the bathroom door shut because the water kept running or the door kept going open. And when we had to go for lunch, you know, the lights would be switched off and the fans. And sometimes we'd peek and the fans would just start turning. You know, we could hear the water going. So that's one of the reasons that they nailed the door shut. So apparently there was, you know, somebody there.
Yeah, I mean, myself, I would have to go and look.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, I've got to go in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but no, I mean, even at home, my home, I have stuff that happen.
Yes.
My son's toy, the other day we were sat watching TV and my son's toy started playing.
By itself.
Yeah, and I'm like, I turn that off. And even now it makes me jump. And yeah, I mean, when I lived on my own for quite a long time, I'd have stuff happen in my home, and it's very warming, but also it's very concerning as well. It can be quite concerning.
So what happened in the home? Was it the lights?
It's all sorts of. I've had lights blow. I've had doors close and open by itself. I had a flatmate for a long time that he was in the bathroom one day, and why he was in the mirror I don't know. Hopefully he won't be watching this. He was doing something in the mirror. It wasn't his ex, he had no hair, but he felt like someone had picked him off the floor and just pulled his feet from under him, and he fell and smashed his head against the sink. So I did a quick clearance on my place. He did move out shortly after that, but no, that was one thing. But no, all sorts of lights. I've seen things in my bedroom. I woke up in the middle of the night to see someone stood next to me in a bright yellow t-shirt. I rolled over and got a drink and just rolled back over and go away. At 3 o'clock in the morning, last thing you want is to have a conversation with someone. Yeah. So not when you've got to get up for work in the morning. And people walking around the bedroom is quite common. So that's a common one.
I mean, you know, spirit communicate with us in so many different ways, though.
Yeah, they don't use like we do phones and things like that.
No, they don't, but they can misplace things too.
Yes, yeah, especially keys. At
Keys,
times we have to look for our keys.
Yep.
And dummies as well.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
Dummies. They turn up in the most strangest of places, on top of things and top of units and that sort of stuff. And it's like, how did that get there?
Yep.
How did that get there? So they do move stuff.
Yeah.
So, and it's just to let you know that they're there.
Yeah.
All they want is that acceptance to say, yeah, I'm here. say hello to me, basically. It's like I say to people, you don't go to someone's house and just sit there and not do nothing. You talk.
That's right, you do.
You talk. Spirit want to do the same. They just want to communicate with us and say hello.
Yeah.
And let us know that we are okay and they're okay.
Yeah, it's funny, and I know, you know, we're only here for a certain amount of time. I always say, once we're born, we slowly die.
Of course we do.
And but yet, when we leave the physical, we are eternal.
Yeah.
You know, we are eternal. We never die.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe that what we have here is a shell.
It is.
This goes back to Mother Earth, and it helps something to regrow. So the life process starts over again, whether it be a blade of grass or a tree.
Yes.
I mean, or just a daffodil, for instance. But it helps regenerate the world, the earth, and we go on to greater things over in. We're here to learn lessons.
Yes.
And if we don't learn those lessons, we do get a chance to come back and redo those lessons.
Yes, exactly.
So, but life is a learning curve, and we all make mistakes. We all muck around and do things that we shouldn't do. We're human. We're human having, well, so I say we're spirit having human experience.
Correct. Yeah.
So, but it's the way you deal with that and move forward with that is the key thing to learn from it.
So, do you know what heaven's like?
Myself, I don't believe in heaven. I believe that the spirit world.
The same thing. Sorry.
Yeah,
Spirit world.
Spirit
yes,
world.
Yes.
No, because I can't remember it.
Okay.
When I nearly died in 2003, my friend actually said to me, and it was quite funny, he said to me, did you see the light? No. He said, yeah, because I took the bulb out. But on a serious note, no, I don't remember anything.
No.
I don't remember anything. And if I sat here and said, oh, it's beautiful and that sort of stuff, I would be lying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know what it's like. I know I've been there, but they have a way of erasing that from your mind, so you can live on this earth plane. You can get to day-to-day stuff.
Yes.
Is what we need to do. I mean, we need to get on and do day-to-day stuff because we're here. So no, your question, no, I don't. I wish I did, but I don't. All I know is it's peaceful.
Yeah.
So.
If people want readings from you, do you do it via? Do you just do it face to face or via Skype or phone?
I don't do readings on the phone because one, I don't actually like talking on the phone. I do through Messenger, so like through video calls and that sort of stuff. I've done a lot in America and Australia, so I've done a lot of readings through Skype and Facebook video calls. Mainly it's through face-to-face sittings. So I'm a mobile medium, so I go to people's homes and do readings and that sort of stuff.
And I guess they can contact you via your Facebook?
Yeah, through social media. I always tell people not to add me on Facebook until after the reading.
Yeah.
Because then it eliminates
that makes sense.
People saying, oh, you've gone through their Facebook account.
Yeah.
So, no, but I always say add me afterwards or just send me a message through email, and I give people my email address and that sort of stuff. So, yeah.
And what about workshops? Any coming up?
I am looking at doing a workshop with my manager Jane down in Portsmouth. I haven't a development circle. So I got one. I did have one up to about a year ago. I stopped because it was getting too much for me with work and that sort of stuff. So I had to stop. And obviously having a young child as well. So it's one of those things I had to stop. But I want to get back into it. I took time out to be with my family. So I've just started coming back now to do more stuff and that sort of stuff. So yeah.
So development circle, is that an open circle?
I will do open circles as well. Yeah. So I mean, to be honest, if someone wants to come once, they're more welcome to. If they want to come every session, then they can.
Yeah, I've done open circle, and it's always made me nauseous to the point of nearly vomiting.
Really?
Yeah.
See, when I teach, I tell people that they can learn from what I'm doing, but find their own way.
Yes.
Because everyone learns their own way. And I tell people the best thing to do is take bits from people and put it together, what moulds for them. Because everyone learns differently. The way I've learned is very different to the way another medium's learn.
Yeah, of course.
So we're all unique in our path. We all have the end goal, but we're all unique. So I tell people just take bits from it. If it doesn't work for you, change it to it does work for you. Yeah. So, and I'm very open like that. And sometimes I'm not right for people. I'm not right for people. Someone comes to my class and they're not getting on, go somewhere else. If you're not getting on with me, I'm not going to be offended.
No.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you need to find what's right for you and work with you. So, yeah.
Any last words of advice for people? Or
It'll,
anything that I haven't covered?
It's about spreading the word of spirit, because it is one of those industries that it's very skeptical. And there is a lot of people out there that do it for their own self. Yeah. So it's about understanding that there is people out there that want to work with spirit, want to help people. I myself want to help people. Obviously, I want to get on in life. I'll be very honest with that. I want to move forward in my life and give my family the best life I can. But also, I want to help people. Myself, I do a lot for charity and that sort of stuff. So it's about understanding that spirit is there. Spirit is there whether you be a medium, whether you be someone who does a 9-to-5 job. You know what I mean? Spirit are there to help us. And it's understanding and believing that they want to help us. So, and that's really the real message to get out to people, is that they're there. Yeah. Say hello. Yeah. Just say hello. Hello makes the world a difference.
It does.
Whether it's be spirit or someone walking down the street, just say hello. I mean, I was outside just a minute ago and a guy said hello to me, and it's like, makes your day.
Yeah.
Because a total stranger saying hello to you is nice. So it's respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Respect, which is nice. And respect is something that should be worked on.
I know, we don't, you know, the world's lost a lot of respect.
It has, because people, whether it be religion, whether it be politics, it's everyone is entitled to their own opinion. That's what makes us human. Yes. Everyone is entitled to have their own opinion, and no opinion is wrong. No. Every opinion, it's unique to you, so it's right to you. My best friend, we've not fallen out, but we won't talk politics, because his belief and my belief are completely different. Yeah. And like I say to him, you know what I mean? And he says to me, it's not wrong, it's right to you. Yes. And it's the same way with religion and faith. Yes. What's right for you is right for you. As long as it's right for you, that's all that matters. Yep. So, yeah. I wish, sometimes I wish people could be kinder, show more compassion for one another, love one another, love one another a little bit more. Yeah. And show a bit more respect for Mother Earth. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely Mother Earth, because it's what we get our life from. Yes. I mean, I begrudge anyone who throws rubbish out the window of their car and things like that. It's annoying. It is. Because there's animals that want to eat that and things like that. So I only had a conversation with Jane about this when we drive down the road and we see an animal on the side of the road. I mean, I will apologise straight away for that, because it's respect for that animal. That animal has a purpose on this earth. Yes. So people don't, I mean, even myself, sometimes you get annoyed with people and that sort of stuff. And you don't mean to, but you do disrespect people. But that's life, you know what I mean? Because one thing leads to another. But I'll always take a step back and think, well, I shouldn't have said that. And that's what it takes. Is that, I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry is a very powerful word that people don't use. So same as respect, people don't use it. No. So, and we all do. We all, whether you be sat on a bus or a train or in your car, someone's driving slow in front of you and you're like, oh, come on, I'm in a hurry, just move it, come on. That is a form of disrespect, because that person is getting somewhere themselves. Yeah. But we all do it. Okay. We all do it. We're human, we make mistakes. Yes. So, but it's honouring those mistakes which defines who we are. Yep. So, and not many people do. So, because we're all too busy in our own lives. Yeah. So. It'll get better. It will be. It will do. Touching wood. All right. Well, thank you so much. You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.